Good morning, everyone. It's Pastor Tim Hammy for Son of God in Burlington, Kansas. It is March the 6th, and I hope you're having a great Thursday. I hope you were able to come out and join us on Wednesday night. We're talking about joy this week. We're talking about walking in the Spirit. And you might say, well, what does that have to do with walking in the Spirit? It's a whole lot different. No, there's literally characteristics of walking in the Spirit. See, anything less than joy, truly incomparable for the Christian. Let me explain this a little bit more to you. What I mean is, I'm not saying that there will not be times when we become angry or sad, and times of grief or discontentment with an event in our life. But for the Christian, it should not be long before the overwhelming joy from God richly floods into our lives. And the current worldly attitudes are washed away like the change of a tide. There should not be a continual grumpiness, complaining Christians. See, grumpy Christians, to me, that seems like an oxymoron, on the same level as jumbo shrimp, or plastic glass, or congressional budget cuts. We are like being around people who are generally upbeat, don't we? I mean, if you had your choice of being with someone who had a smile or someone who looked like he had sucked some lemons, whom would you hang out with the most? That is why we must follow the Spirit and have the joyful life. After all, what person would want Christ? If our attitude was continually grumpy and prune-faced, I would not want any part of that. Jesus. I particularly do not care to be around sour-faced people who have no joy. How about you? I mean, come on. Nobody likes to be around someone that looks like they sucked on a lemon. If I was a heathen, I would say, hey, if that is what your Jesus has done for you, well, you can keep him. I can have a whole lot of more happiness at the bar or with the folks at another place. Even my lifestyle that controls me brings me more happiness apparently than this Jesus brings to you. Wendy's has the beef, but Christians, where's your fruit? We are called to bear fruit. We bear fruit or get cut down and thrown into a fire. Christians are called to be fruit bearers. Have you ever heard that word? Do you understand it? Listen, in Matthew 13:23 it says, "And the one on whom seed was sown on a good soil, this is the man who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears the fruit, and brings forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. If we have heard the word and do not refuse to understand it, then we have the responsibility to change our pneuma, or our attitude, to one of joyfulness, and not maintain an attitude that is any less any longer. Joy has God as its object and its source. If you can focus on him, then it is easier to have the joy in him." So when you begin to think about that, friend, is that when we keep our focus on Jesus and what is real, and not on all the situations in our life, because they truly try to define who we are. And like I said, I'd rather be around somebody that has a lot more joy than a lot more grumpiness. So think about that today. What kind of person are you? Do you suck the air out of a place when you walk in because of your attitude, or are you bringing a good atmosphere to where you're at? Let me pray for you today. Lord, I thank you so much. I pray that you bless every single person. Encourage their heart, Lord, in your name. Amen. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow.